Picture a packed restaurant, filled to the brim on a Friday night. Your feet are aching, you're starving from the smell of halibut being grilled in the kitchen just 10 feet away. You ignore all these feelings, because with every swing of the door, you're greeting a new face with a smile and guiding them to their seats. Most people assume the job description of a hostess ends there, but it doesn't. You're not just taking names and managing emotions, you're managing sometimes even conflict, all while wearing a smile on your face. Now think about how regularly managing hundreds of hungry people and needy servers has the power not just to shape the atmosphere of the restaurant, but the course of your own life. That's what being a hostess has done for me for the past 3 years. It's shaped who I am today, inside and outside of work. Being a hostess has been instrumental in shaping me the person I am today through teaching me valuable soft skills, helping me find family inside and outside the restaurant, and providing me with financial freedom that has transformed my life. First, I'll tell you about the soft skills I've developed, like emotional intelligence and communication, which are instrumental in my daily life. Then I'll explain how the coworkers at my restaurant have given me a found family that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. And finally, I'll tell you about how hostessing has allowed me to pursue my goals through financial freedom. All of these experiences have contributed to my personal growth on a day-to-day basis. The first aspect of hostessing is developing strong soft skills. Every shift requires emotional intelligence and patience. These skills are not only necessary for managing guests, but also collaborating with the restaurant team. Hostesses have to be adaptable and ready to handle any situation at any moment. It's heightened my ability to be able to read a room and respond to the emotions of others, whether it's guests getting frustrated or organizing different reservations at the exact same time, and all of it requires managing people's emotions with care and understanding. This has made me a more compassionate person in my everyday life. I'm able to handle my coworkers more effectively, my friends, all that kind of stuff. I'm a better daughter, sister, friend, because I can read their emotions properly and respond accordingly. Other than patience and emotional intelligence, it's also improved my communication skills. When you're working with servers, bartenders, you have to have effective communication. I've been able to receive feedback, work through different conflicts, and all of this has translated into different areas of my life, like school projects, my relationships. It's just made me a better communicator overall, and approach things with team-oriented mindset. After discussing how the soft skills that I've learned through hostessing have transformed my life, I'm going to tell you about the found family in my restaurant that I've cherished for the rest of my life. In a fast-paced environment, hostesses pretty much spend more time with their coworkers than they do with their family, because you get scheduled for 30+ hours a week. In many ways, my restaurant has been like a second home for me, and the people in it are my second family. These relationships I'm going to cherish forever, even post-restaurant industry. I've made timeless friendships during slow afternoons when we're cracking jokes, managing stressful nights together, and these bonds have helped me feel like I really belong. These friendships have supported me through tough times in the restaurant, personally, professionally, in all areas of my life. What surprised me the most was how interactions with guests have really shaped my work. Regulars have become more than just customers. They've become people I genuinely care about. I've had the privileges of witnessing families grow, couples reach milestones, and think about that grandparent that goes to their favorite restaurant every single week. That's who I'm talking to. That's who I'm connecting with. I know their names. They've seen my bad days, seen my good days. My bad days, maybe they'll toss me a tip, and on my good days, we'll crack a joke while I bring them their food. And all of this loving environment makes my job feel less like a job and more like a community. So far, I've talked about the soft skills I've developed during hostessing that have been instrumental in my everyday life. Then I told you about my found family with connections that I will cherish for the rest of my life. And finally, I'll talk about the financial freedom that this job has enabled me to have. So my job's not always that fashionable or maybe even that fun, but a large part of my income is tips. So when you tip out your server, you're tipping out your host too. And these tips have allowed me to buy books, pay class fees, and even day-to-day necessities like groceries and gas. It's enabled me to pay my car note, which has transported me to and from school, allowing me to pursue my dreams of going to law school one day and hopefully be very successful. Aside from necessities like school, books, and gas, I've also been allowed to indulge in things that I personally enjoy, like the occasional popping over Target and copping a new shirt. And It's just given me autonomy to make financial decisions that have not only freed me from what would have been no education and possibly, other things like going out to eat, sharing a bite with my friends. But overall, it's enabled me to pursue my dreams and other things that I love. Hostessing has shaped not only who I am at work, but who I am in life. It's not just about receiving guests, smiling warmly at them, and guiding them to their table. It's also about growing in my personal life, communicating, and emotional intelligence.